Today we will study about charging by induction. Now we have already done charging by conduction. We know that the current is the actually the conduction current. Conduction is a kind of current in which electrons or any charge carrier flow. They physically flow from one body to another body. But in charging by induction, the actual flowing of charge from one body to another body is not there. We'll understand it with an example. Let us say we have a metal sphere. It is a metallic sphere, so it is a conductor in nature. And let us say we bring a rod of positive charge. This rod is charged positively. The metal sphere is without any charge, it is neutral right now. Now, as we bring the positive charge rod closer to the sphere, we will see that the negative charge from the atoms of the metallic sphere get attracted towards the rod. Due to this, all the positive charge which is repelled will be on the other side of the metallic sphere. Now, just by bringing the charge rod here, we induced an opposite charge. Such kind of creation of charge is called induction, and the charge induced is called induced charge. So here this negative and positive charge in the sphere are induced charge, and this process is called induction. So when we bring positive charge, all the negative charge is on this surface, all the positive charge is on this surface. Now let us say that somebody asks us to make the metallic sphere of the same charge. That is, there is no two opposite charges, there is only one charge which is present on the metallic sphere. So what do? We connect this side with earth. Now when we connect this side with earth, this positive charge will attract electrons from the earth, and with each electron, one electron comes and one positive charge gets neutralized, and similarly as the electrons keep coming, all the positive charge will be neutralized. So all we have now is the negative charge on the sphere. Now at this point, if we remove the rod, charged rod and earthing, then the only charge which is present on the sphere is the negative charge, and we know that it is the property of the conductor that charge gets equally distributed on the surface of the conductor. So this negative charge will get equally distributed on the surface of the conductor, and we can say that the metallic sphere is negatively charged. Okay, so this is one way of charging. Now suppose if we say that we need positive charge on the metallic sphere, we have a neutral sphere and we need positive charge on it. So what do? We bring a rod closer to it which has negative charge on it. Now this negative charge will induce a positive charge on this side of the sphere by repelling all the electrons of the sphere on this side. Now if we connect this side to the earth, then all of these electrons will flow inside the earth, and the remaining charge will be positive charge. Now if we remove this earth and this rod, then the positive charge which is left on this sphere will distribute uniformly all over the sphere, and we will get a positively charged metallic sphere. Now a question arises here that in one cases when earth was connected to the metallic sphere, electron was flowing towards positive charge, and in second case when earth was connected, the electron was flowing away from the negative charge towards the earth. Why does this happen? How do we decide whether the electron is going to come from earth to conductor or from conductor to earth? Now for this, always remember that the electrons always flow from negative to positive potential. They always flow from negative to positive potential. Now when this is the case, when this first case is there, we know that this is a positive charge, so positive charge will create positive potential. Now earth is always considered to be at 0 volt, so it is 0. Now if we compare 0 and positive potential, we can say that earth is negative with respect to this charge, because 0 is lesser than positive, so we can say that this terminal is more negative than positive charge. So the electron will flow from negative to positive, so it will go like this. When there is a negative charge here and there is a 0 volt potential on the earth, then this point is at more negative potential than the earth. So since the electron flow from negative to positive potential, so the direction of flow of electron will be from the metallic sphere to the earth. So this way we can use the process of induction to charge a metallic sphere or any metallic body. This application is actually used when cars are painted. So they give a positive charge on the entire body of the car, and the negatively charged paint droplets are sprayed on them, and the negative charge droplets distribute uniformly, and that's how the cars are painted. Now we will take a case in this which is called cavity surface. Now what is a cavity? A cavity is a hollow part inside a body. So let us say that if we have, suppose we have this body of metal and we make a hollow part inside the body, then this hollow part will be called cavity. So if the charge is in this cavity, now the induction of charge takes place till the whole body becomes equipotential, and at every interior point of the body the net electric field becomes zero. We have already studied that in equipotential surface, that when a body is at equipotential, then at every point the potential is same and all the electric field generated is cancelled out by each other. So the net electric field intensity inside an equipotential surface is always zero. So here we have a conductor. Suppose we put a positive charge, a plus Q, at the center of the cavity. Now due to induction, this positive charge will create equal negative charge on the inner surface of the cavity, on this surface of the cavity. Now this negative charge, it is not going to flow outward because it is being held by this positive charge at the center. So what will happen? Again some induction will happen, and this negative charge will create equal amount of positive charge on the metallic surface. So when we used to study that whenever a charge is created inside the conductor, it comes to the surface. Now we know how does it comes to the surface. It comes through the induction. There is a positive charge at the center. This positive charge itself is not flowing to the surface of the conductor, but by conduction it is generating equal amount of positive charge on the surface of the conductor. Now the negative charge which is induced, there is a flux which is created from positive to negative. Now this flux, as we have already studied in Gauss law, this flux is equal to Q by epsilon naught, where Q is the charge at the center. Now there are some important points which we need to remember. First point is that whenever a charge is placed inside a metal cavity, an equal and opposite charge is induced on the inner surface of the cavity. This we have already seen. Another point is a similar charge is induced on the outer surface as inside the cavity. This inside the cavity there was a positive charge, so same charge will be produced on the outer surface. Then the charge density is inversely proportional to the radius of curvature. Now this is an important point to remember. The charge density, the surface charge density, let us say sigma, is inversely proportional to radius of curvature. What does it mean? That suppose instead of a regular shaped conductor we have an irregular shape, then we know that the different parts have different radius of curvature. This part, for example, has a small radius of curvature, whereas this part has a larger radius of curvature. So this says the charge density is inversely proportional to radius of curvature. This means that when the radius of curvature is less, charge density will be more. That means the charge here on less radius of curvature will be more, and on the larger radius of curvature the charge will be more spread out like this. So the charge density at larger radius of curvature is less, and at smaller radius of curvature is more. So this is an important point to remember. Another point is, if charge inside the cavity is moved, let us say the charge is moving, it is not at the center. Let us say we moved this charge from center to this point. This is the center. Now charge is moved at this point. Now what will happen, that the negative charge that was induced inside the cavity, it will redistribute and adjust itself by density. So the more negative charge will be towards the positive charge and less negative charge will be away from this positive charge. But because the total amount of negative charge inside the cavity is not changing, that means the total amount of positive charge will also not change. And since this positive charge is outside the flux of the cavity, the positive charge will be uniformly distributed or according to the radius of curvature on the outer surface. Now suppose we bring an external charge close to the body. Now if an external charge is brought close to the body, it will only affect the outer distribution. For example, if we bring a minus q charge close to the body, now this minus q charge is not going to affect any charge inside the cavity, it will only affect the positive charge on the outer surface. So what will happen, that more positive charge will be attracted towards this. So the charge density near minus q will increase and the charge density away from minus q will decrease. So this is the process of induction by on a regular metal surface, on an irregular metal surface and a metal surface with a cavity.